Welcome to NABOR's Allied and Affiliate Spotlight Show, the show that gives you tips and strategies, tools and resources to help you save time and money, streamline your daily tasks, grow your business, and help you become a more successful and advance your career. And our Allied and Affiliate members will be the source of all of this wonderful information. My name is McCloskey, and I'm the president of NABOR and your host. In today's episode, you will learn about Nate Tasso. Hi, Nate.
Hey.
How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic. Thank you so much.
Awesome. How are things over at Core Mortgage Financial?
Good. Yeah. Just very busy. We've been grateful to have a, continued, upward trend in margins and business, and things are going great.
Wonderful. Awesome. So besides the upward and core margins, tell us a little bit what's going on with you.
Yeah. So Core Mortgage Financial is a wholesale mortgage broker.
Great.
Basically, what we do is we take the borrower's current financial situation and we place it with the best lender that fits their current needs. That's the beautiful thing about being a mortgage broker. I've been on both sides. I've originated from being a direct lender, from having underwriters in-house processing to funding. And 3 years ago, I went back over to the Core Mortgage Financial brand, which I had back in 2004 to 2009. I had Core Mortgage Financial, and I saw a need, and we're fulfilling that need. And it's essentially what we do is we take the borrower scenario and we place it with the best bank, with the best lender, with the best rate. And the reason for that is every bank has a different type of loan that they like. Like somebody with an 800 credit score that's putting 50% down, that's interest rate driven. I know exactly where I'm going to go with that specific bank because I can look at a sifting chart to see who's got the best rate for that day. Whereas somebody calls in with a 580 credit score, it's manual underwrite, and everybody keeps denying them. Well, you don't go to the main banks with the best rates because they're going to deny that loan. So essentially what I do is rate shop.
Awesome. Right. That seems like it. That is such a unique niche. That seems super helpful to people that come to you with all the different scenarios.
Absolutely. It's being in the position that I'm a position of strength. If somebody comes to me and says, "Hey, Nate, I'm an investor. I don't claim a lot of income." I can put them in an investor-only type of loan that looks at the cash flow of the property. And let me give you an example of that. So let's say somebody's doing a $400,000 loan we can't go tax returns. Well, we can go the debt service coverage ratio loan to where essentially as long as the PITI, the principal, interest, tax, and insurance, as long as the payment when we do the appraisal, we'll do a rent schedule. And if the rent schedule covers the payment, that's the only qualification mechanism for that. Right. So that gives the investor a more scalability and flexibility to buy more properties.
Right, that's awesome. I'm blown away. That's very cool. I'm learning something new today too. Very cool. Awesome. So you've seemed to answer already what makes that unique. So other than what you've said, so how can this be additionally helpful to NABOR members?
Yeah. My background, I'm a former Army captain, Iraq War veteran. I've closed almost 2,000 loans in my career. This year I'm on track for over 50 million in sales. Wow. Just me personally. I built a great reputation locally. I've been schlepping loans in Collier and Lee County for a long time. The beautiful thing is I built a great book of business on making the client first. My business model is it's a home loan. Everybody does it. That's fact. But, number one thing that you've got to do is treat people like family, give them great communication, and do what you say what you're going to do, and provide all the valued services. An example would be just today, I just got my 100th Zillow review in 15 months.
Wow.
So in 15 months, I've gotten 100 Zillow reviews locally, and I'm way past that. And I'm getting about an 80% review rate online from my customers. And that's the way I treat everybody. One loan at a time. You're not a file number, you have a last name. Right. And also, keeping everybody in the process informed. That's the hard part. I haven't spoke to the lender in a week. I don't know what's going on. You went dark on me. Look, you've got to effectively communicate with people, because guess what? I understand this is a big purchase. It's a lot of money that, you don't do this every day in your life. So I try to put myself in your shoes as a borrower and treat you like family.
Mm-hmm. That's so important, whether you are purchasing a property, actually, go dealing with a real estate agent, writing the contract. What you just said really hit home for me, because, this isn't something that people do every day. I don't know, it's an average of 5 years or 7 years or 10 years. It's something that people really need a handhold through the whole process. So sounds like you have that down pat.
Well, thank you for that. And, what differentiates me, because I that's something that I think that really important. And I'm fully digital, 100% paperless. Corey, you say, hey, Nate, I got a customer. It's 9:47 on Saturday a.m. and we need to put an offer in. I'm available. They can apply on the website, upload the documents, fully digital, 100% paperless, issue the pre-qualification letters right in the system. So I understand that I've got to compete with the Quicken Loans of the world. Okay. And that's why I built my business on one loan at a time. I understand that the members of NABOR demand that their vendor, number one, it effectively communicates. Number two, provides the services that are needed to be rendered. And number three is takes care of them too. It's a team effort. It's, hey, Corey, thank you for the loan. Your customer has been pre-qualified. We've got all the digital optimization to keep everybody updated throughout the process. And I understand as an allied member to the members that I'm only as good as my next loan. I'm only as good as that loan. If I don't perform, you don't use me. And that's fine.
Yep. You're very passionate about this too. I think that's just so awesome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So give us an example of how a realtor, a NABOR member, a time where they've used you to service a loan for them.
Yeah, thank you. I'll give you an example this weekend. It is surely the 947 is real. So I get a text going, hey, you available? Now remember, I got 3 small kids, right. And I'm on weekends, and that's okay, because my family knows that, this is what I love to do. Because people don't reply back at 9:47 a.m. on Saturday unless they love what they do. Mm-hmm. So they'll say, hey, Nate, are you available? They normally use Fifth Third Bank. They're open Monday. Right. So I was able to send, have that initial conversation just to make sure we're not, that they don't qualify. Send the link. They fill out the link. I download it. I verbally call them. Then I'll go through the application, ask the probing questions. At that point, I'll pull the credit over the phone. And then I'll give them a minor or comprehensive list in order to qualify. And what do you mean by minor, Nate? Well, especially down here, is people come down for vacation. They don't intend to buy. Well, now they met Corey at Target, and she's like, well, let's get going. And, when they're hot on the fire, you got to get them rolling. Yes. So then at that time, that's when, like a W-2 employee person, I'll get them on the phone and massage them and say, hey, I know you don't have your W-2s, your tax returns and everything. So why don't you just send me a pay stub, maybe last year's W-2, and a picture of a bank statement showing you have the income and assets. I can do the letter according to that, as long as my letter says I have you credit, income, and assets, and made the determination that the borrower was qualified. So I'm going to go to the at least the step to where when I give a pre-qualification letter, it's been vetted. It's not junk. It's not wasting time. It's not spinning wheels. Now, if that borrower says, well, I got 12 businesses and my tax return's 3,700 pages. Well, then exactly. Then what I'm going to say is, well, okay, Corey, thank you for the lead. But, this guy's got 27 businesses. Maybe he needs to get us the tax return on Monday when the CPA gets in. So I'm here to also make it happen.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Okay. So give me 1 or 2 of the questions that you get asked all the time about what you do.
Yeah. So what's your rate? It's always the first thing. What's your rate? How fast can you close? Those are the two fastest things. So again, the beauty about being a wholesale mortgage broker is I can close loans in 7 days. I truly have closed loans in 7 days. Or when I place the loan, I pick number one is who's got the best rate. Number two is how do I meet your demands, right? How do I meet your demands? So what's your rate? Well, it all depends. I don't just quote rates. If somebody's calling me just to get a rate, then they're not valuing what I can provide to them.
Yep.
So I understand rate's important, and that's why I'm in the position that I'm in. Is that I haven't been beaten rate in years. I have low margins and high volume. So my business model with no staff. Okay. So I have a small office center suite here in North Naples, and a lot of times I wear shorts and flip-flops to work. I'm serious. I never meet anybody. So that's the business model: low margin, high volume, no employees. So I do have, a loan officer assistant and other people, that are involved in the process, but the borrower doesn't directly pay them. So I have no fees and low rates. Like just right now, I'm quoting 2.75. It's 2.75 rate. The APR is 2.8. That's with no fees. So that's the beauty, is I don't get beat on rate because my wife owns the company. Okay. So and I have no employees that are directly paid by the borrower. So I'm set up in a beautiful position to be able to win every deal with rates and to be able to provide amazing service and always get those reviews and make sure that when you send somebody to me that I close the loan, because I'm only as good as if I can get the deal done. That's how things are done.
Yep. Awesome. Oh my gosh. So that was pretty much all the questions I had. Do you want to do like a 30-second elevator pitch that we can use for something else? Or do you have anything else? Any final words before we close out today?
No, I'm sure that was quite an interesting time there. I do talk fast.
Hey.
But I can also tone it down too. So again, taking care of the customer. You talk to a millennial much different than an 89-year-old retiree.
Yes.
So my elevator pitch is simple. If you want somebody to provide great service to your customer and get the best terms, and you feel like you're spoiled, call Nate Tasso.
Well, you heard it here first. You want to get spoiled, call Nate Tasso.
Exactly.
Tell us a touching story or something that you have kind of top of mind about handling one of your loans.
Oh, thank you. That's a great question. I mean, every borrower is important. That's the first thing. And every loan, there's something that it's meaningful at the end when the borrower says thank you. And everyone has a different reason for their gratefulness, or reason for the season, as we say. But just thinking offhand, I can think somebody that closed last month. This was a woman that was going through a divorce. It was a very, very unhealthy split at the end. They were living in separate rooms, but still living in the house with 4 kids. And she was at her wit's end, crying to me on the phone that she's got to get out of the house. She got denied by other banks. Can you please help her and to get her through the financing? I took that and treated her like, oh, seriously, like a sister. I'm like, oh my gosh, I've got to help her, got to get her out of there. And we were able to successfully do the process in less than 3 weeks. She was able to get into her house. She, was able to provide her amazing terms, and her income wasn't that high. So she needed her payment at a low threshold level that was hard to find here, especially with the prices the way they are. But we were able to secure that home and get her into that condo. I could just remember on the phone, her moving in, crying, saying, thank you. And what you did for my family was amazing. And I'm forever grateful. That's the kind of thing that makes me love what I do, really.
Awesome. That's a very touching story. You must be pretty excited at the end of each of these closings to help people, move into new properties and get them, just to have them be so happy about the amount of money that they're paying every month, because at the end of the day, that's really what it's all about, right?
Absolutely. And people that are purchasing have a different agenda.
Mhm.
People that are refinancing, usually it's savings.
Right.
So, and when you're living in the property as a refinance, it's all about business. You essentially, hey, what can I save? What do I need to do? Do I need to pull cash out for debt consolidation? Do I just need to reduce my rate because I've had 4.25% for 8 years? So yeah, absolutely. Everybody has a different modus operandi. So it's important for me to identify what their hot buttons are and serve them accordingly. And that's critical is in any sales job, which at the end of the day, I am a mortgage loan originator, mortgage broker, but I still am a salesman and want to be treated like I would treat you, Corey. If you were going to refinance, call Nate. That's truly the way I see it.
Yep. Awesome.
It is. That's why I get up and breathe it every day. Live, breathe, and eat it. And it's an amazing thing. And I don't get paid unless the loan closes. I don't charge any fees. So, like you, Corey, if the house doesn't sell, you're not getting paid. I have a vested interest. Whereas I got a buddy who works at Wells Fargo here locally in town. He said, Nate, I'm getting 20 to 40 applications a day. He says, man, I can't. I got 2 assistants. I can't even keep track. I call him on the phone and I can't call him again. My service sucks, but I don't have a choice because that's the way the system works. You're a file number, not a name. And that's where I cut that line. You're not a file number, you're a name.
Yep. Awesome. Well, thank you, Nate, for sharing the benefits of working with you today with all of our members at the Naples Area Board of Realtors. I so appreciate your time. We all do. And we look forward to seeing you real soon.
Thank you so much. Have a great day. I appreciate the time.
Absolutely. Take care.
Bye-bye.
See ya.